Government and Governance, Navigating the Complexities of Modern Politics.
Introduction. Omkar Dear, Onkar Andhale, Sujit Kanna, Sahil Gulwe, Pratiksha Gawane, Vaishnavi Durgude, Sahil Vaikar, Tanvi Gajare.
Introduction to Government and Governance. Types of Government. Types of Governance. Strengths and weaknesses of different governance systems. The role of government in society. Challenges to good governance. International governance. Transparency and accountability in governance. The future of government and governance. Into government and governance. Government and governance are two terms that are often used interchangeably, but they have distinct meanings. Government refers to the formal institutions and processes through which decisions are made and implemented in a society, while governance encompasses all the informal and formal practices, relationships, and institutions that shape how power is exercised and how decisions are made. Good governance is essential for ensuring that governments are effective, accountable, and responsive to the needs of their citizens. It involves promoting transparency, participation, rule of law, and responsiveness, among other things. There are several types of government systems, including democracy, monarchy, dictatorship, and communism. Each system has its own unique characteristics and can have a significant impact on the lives of citizens. Democracy is a government system where citizens have a say in decision-making through free and fair elections. Monarchy is a system where a single person holds absolute power, usually inherited through a royal bloodline. Dictatorship is a system where a single person or a small group holds absolute power through force. Communism is a system where the means of production are owned by the state and resources are distributed equally among citizens. Types of governance. 1. Democracy, a form of governance in which power is held by the people or their elected representatives. 2. Monarchy, a form of governance in which a single ruler, such as a king or queen, holds absolute power. 3. Dictatorship, a form of governance in which power is held by an individual who has seized control of the government and is not accountable to the people. 4. Theocracy, a form of governance in which religious leaders hold power and rule according to religious principles. 5. Oligarchy, a form of governance in which power is held by a small group of people, such as an elite class or political party. 6. Anarchy, a state of governance in which there is no formal government or authority, and society operates without a centralized power structure. Strengths and weaknesses of different governance systems. Each governance system has its own strengths and weaknesses. For example, democracy allows for the participation of citizens in decision-making, but it can be slow and inefficient. Monarchy can provide stability and continuity, but it may lack accountability and transparency. Dictatorship can be efficient in decision-making, but it often leads to human rights violations. Communism can promote equality, but it can stifle innovation and create. The role of government in society. The role of government in society is multifaceted. It includes providing public goods and services, regulating economic activity, ensuring national security, protecting individual rights, and promoting social welfare. One of the most important roles of government is to provide public goods and services, such as infrastructure, education, and healthcare. These are goods and services that are necessary for the functioning of society, but are unlikely to be provided by the private sector. Governments also play a crucial role in regulating economic activity to ensure fair competition and protect consumers. Similarly, governments are responsible for ensuring national security by maintaining a strong military and protecting borders. Challenges to good governance. Despite the importance of good governance, there are many challenges that can hinder its achievement. Corruption, lack of transparency, weak institutions, and limited civic engagement are some of the most significant challenges. Corruption is a pervasive problem in many countries and can undermine the effectiveness of government institutions. Lack of transparency can make it difficult for citizens to hold their governments accountable, while weak institutions can limit the ability of governments to deliver public goods and services. Limited civic engagement can also be a challenge, as it can lead to a lack of participation and accountability. International governance. International governance is essential for addressing global challenges such as climate change, terrorism, and poverty. However, it can also be a source of tension and conflict, as different countries may have competing interests and values. Effective international governance requires cooperation, compromise, and a commitment to common goals. Transparency and accountability in governance. Transparency and accountability are crucial components of effective governance. Transparency refers to the openness and accessibility of information related to government decisions and actions. Accountability refers to the responsibility of government officials to answer for their decisions and actions. Without transparency and accountability, corruption and abuse of power can occur. Citizens must have access to information about government decisions and actions so that they can hold officials accountable for their actions. Governments must also establish mechanisms for holding officials accountable, such as independent oversight bodies and the rule of law. Future of government and governance. The future of government and governance is likely to be shaped by a number of trends, including technological innovation, globalization, and changing demographics. Technological innovation is already transforming the way governments operate, with the rise of e-government and digital democracy. Globalization is also increasing the need for international cooperation and coordination, while changing demographics are leading to new challenges and opportunities for governments around the world. The future of government and governance will require adaptability, creativity, and a willingness to embrace change. Conclusion. Governance refers to the processes and mechanisms by which power is exercised and decisions are made in society, while government refers to the formal institutions and structures responsible for making and implementing public policies. Effective governance requires not only a well-functioning government, but also the participation and engagement of a broad range of stakeholders. Good governance involves transparency, accountability, and responsiveness to the needs of citizens and is essential for promoting economic growth, social development, and political stability. Thank you.